The beginning of a dark journey. In a land where secrets hide in shadows and truth whispers through the wind, there lies a tale that will leave you breathless, a true life story of an innocent girl abused, violated, oppressed and intimidated all through her life journey until... Are you ready to uncover the hidden truth? Let's begin. Once upon a time in a village called Tico, not so far away from Douala in the littoral region, but in the southwest region of Cameroon, a young girl named Daniella was born into a family filled with secrets. Her mother, Nina, was betrayed by the man she loved, causing her to lose her memory and sanity. Little did anyone know, this heartbreak would set off a chain of events that would change Daniella's life forever. But who is Daniella really? And what dark secrets does her family hold? Stay tuned as we unravel the mystery. The trauma of heartbreak, of Nina, the biological mother of Daniella. Let's dive deeper into the story of Nina and the trauma she endured. Nina was pregnant by a man called Ryan, who broke her heart just weeks before their proposed marriage. The emotional pain she endured led to a mental breakdown, causing her to lose her memory and sanity. The family took her to a psychiatric hospital in Buea, where she stayed for years, even after she delivered Daniella. No news of her till date from any member of the family. This tragic event set the stage for Daniella's tumultuous life. Nina has an elder sister who lived in Yaoundé, the capital of Cameroon. Everyone in the family called her Aunty Naomi. Aunty Naomi is a woman with different characters and very dubious, but pretends as if she's a calm and responsible woman. Whenever she's in the village with her family, she participates in so many shady deals, apart from being a director of a department in a ministry in Yaoundé. She is highly connected to top dignitaries within the government. The family, after much deliberating, decided that Daniella should be taken care of by Aunty Naomi, who as at that time was still longing for children of her own. They all vowed to keep the secret of Daniella's true mother hidden forever. Daniela's bitter childhood experience. Let's explore the challenges Daniella faced during her childhood. As she grew up, Daniella faced a series of pains and abuses from a young age. At 5 years old, she experienced her first traumatic incident. She was forcefully abused by the man she recognized as her father, Aunty Naomi's husband, Pius. Pius continued to sexually abuse her without control at any time he wishes. By 9 years old, the drama took a new turn when Aunty Naomi always drugged Daniella's food, causing her to pass out while asleep. Any day she drugged her food, Aunty Naomi always brought men into the house after collecting money from them to have sex with the poor Daniella. The poor little girl was left to suffer in silence, her complaints always falling on deaf ears. This was just the beginning of Daniella's nightmare. The innocent cries of Daniella every morning were met with threats and a sachet of Andrew liver salt, mixed with some water as a remedy. She had been used several times as collateral for series of Aunty Naomi deaths. They abused and violate her always whenever she's used as collateral. Now let's uncover the dark side of Aunty Naomi. Aunty Naomi was deeply involved in African voodoo, visiting different native doctors for protection and guidance. Sometimes she will travel to the territorial border between Cameroon and Central African Republic just to consult one of her numerous native doctors. Aunty Naomi has a secret box containing pictures of several people with their names attached. She locked it in a private luggage box in her room. Daniella's sibling, Melissa, who was born few years after Daniella was handed over to Aunty Naomi, showed Daniella the secret box one day as she was looking for something in the luggage box in their mother's room, as she had traveled as usuals. She so much believed in the power of black magic and uses it to control everyone that encounter her, either in business or in normal life. Daniella was never left out of her voodoo victims. Her involvement in shady deals and her willingness to use Daniella as collateral for debt showed the extent of her darkness. Whenever Aunty Naomi had money issues with her partners, she would give Daniella out as collateral until she could pay back the debt. Daniella's well-being was never a concern for Aunty Naomi. She only cared about satisfying her own needs and desires. The only thing that makes her happy is money. She doesn't care where or how the money comes. No one ever knows what Aunty Naomi do with money, but always hunting for prey in all areas, no matter how. To her, there's black voodoo to control anything. Aunty Naomi can die looking for money in the daytime using a torchlight. She is the type everyone will pray not to meet. May God protect our children from every hidden and invisible Aunty Naomi out there. The university years, a new beginning for Daniella. Now let's see how Daniella's life changed when she arrived at the university. Despite the challenges she faced, Daniella managed to finish secondary school with good grades result. But Aunty Naomi doesn't care. She stayed at home with no hope until one day, after 4 years at home, facing series of humiliations and abuses with no one to complain to, Aunty Naomi has brainwashed her and seriously threatened her with voodoo. One day after coming back, from somewhere with anger, she extended the aggression to Daniella. Aunty Naomi giving Daniella some warning and same time threatening her with death as aftermath anytime she opened her mouth to tell anyone anything about them. She continued with so much of hatred and bitterness in her face. Daniella, listen to me as your mother. I cannot deceive or mislead you. Never you relate anything that transpired in our family with anyone. I understood. The day you try it, you'll vomit blood and die. So be careful out there with your conversation to people. Is that clear? She continued at the same time saying, you attend no distance university. I want you close by, okay? Looking at her with so much hatred, she said, almost shouting, I will talk to you later, go away. Aunty Naomi never allowed her to go far from her, ensuring that she attended a university within their vicinity in Yaoundé. Years passed. Adamu, Daniella's supposed father, according to what Aunty Naomi told her not long, returned from Malaysia. He was welcomed by his friend Cash, who had relocated back to Yaoundé from America. He was an ex-Marine officer, with so much experiences that's always smart in all his dealings. He's used to saying, in God I trust, but trust me. Adamu's bad habits resurfaced, and he began to cause trouble for Cash. Despite this, Cash looked away, knowing that something bigger was at stake. Now let's uncover the truth behind Ada's life. One thing led to another. Badamu lived with Cash in his luxury apartment in Basto, an area where only the richest can live. Along the line, he introduced Aunty Naomi to Cash as his ex, and mother to his first daughter, who happened to be Daniella. Cash discovered some uncleared riddles that made him decide to play along with everyone, especially Aunty Naomi. Cash played along with Aunty Naomi, not allowing her to suspect him of any movement. Along the line, Adamu introduced a lady friend to Cash, named Odette. Odette unknowingly helped Cash gather information, and he managed to reach out to Daniella through the help of Odette. Cash's closeness to Odette made Adamu begin to suspect them, leading to blackmail and threats. One day, Cash invited Daniella to his house. Odette snitched him to Aunty Naomi out of jealousy, thinking he invited Daniella to his house for irrelevancies. Aunty Naomi immediately blocked Daniella from going to see Cash. She told Daniella so many evil things about Cash. However, Cash pretended as if nothing happened and changed plans, switching to another code. He used a different number to call Daniella and sent her money for transportation. Daniella lied to her mom and went to Cash's house, where she confided in him about her bitter life adventures since a toddler. Cash immediately acted on the issue. He planted a highly sophisticated spy tracker and recorder on Daniella without her knowledge of it. Cash gave her lots of money, promised to help her unravel the riddles, but she must play along with him and everyone involved. He also got her a room where she will stay once she moves out of her mother, Aunty Naomi's house. One day, one on of her visit to Cash's house, he surprised her with what he discovered, which is a big tools for her to quit from Aunty Naomi's house to stay alone. After he told her, Daniella was scared, whispered quietly within herself. How did he know? Cash knew what was going on, told her not to worry. All he wants is for her to trust him and play along. Grandpa Timothy's revelation. Cash one day invited Daniella into his office, where he explained things he discovered that made him to venture into this barbaric and risky mission. He said, "Look at the screen," as he pointed to the big screen television in his office, showing her what he saw on her first visit to his house with her mother to meet her father. He showed her how the spy camera in his house revealed what transpired between her and Adamu, and many more other discoveries and revelations by Cash left Daniella dumb. Cash said, facing her, "Now you will put a call to your mother, then put the mobile on speaker." He told her what to tell her mother, Aunty Naomi. Aunty Naomi immediately tendered series of apologies, telling her to forgive her and never tell no one about it, blaming everything on devil. Daniella responded her saying, "Mommy, I've taken my decisions. I'm no longer going to stay with you. I need to be closer to my school. I've spoken with a course mate who accepted to accommodate me. Mommy, if you don't want me to get people involved, kindly allow my decision for the first time. I need my brain to think normally, like a normal person. I have a goal to achieve in life, Mommy." As Daniella finished talking, Aunty Naomi couldn't argue with her. She accepted with so much panic and fear in her voice. Daniella was set free on that faithful day from the cruel hand of Aunty Naomi for the first time in her life. She was confused and lost in thought, talking alone. So I can talk back at my mom. So my voice has a heavy weight. I can make my mom panic and scared. All of a sudden, she screamed on top of her voice, as she couldn't believe she was not dreaming, saying, "Oh my God, is it real or I'm dreaming? Please, someone should wake me up." She can't believe she got her freedom from every night violations and abuses so sudden and unexpected. With tears in her eyes, she asked Cash, "Sir, are all these real? Or I'm in a dream world, sir, because I never knew my freedom is so close by. How can I thank you, sir?" Cash responded saying, "Always thank God for everything that you passed through in life, yet you still remain alive to testify. My daughter," he continued, "let me tell you, we are yet to reach our destination, so be prepared." He turned and looked directly into her eyes, saying, "I want you to go to your paternal village in Tika. On arriving there, just pretend to them that you're missing Grandpa, so you decided to pay him a visit. Then give him those gifts I asked you to give him. I am very sure the main riddle will be unraveled from your visit to your grandpa," Cash concluded. She agreed with Cash. Then they planned her visit, Cash instructed her to go to the village from his house. Daniella traveled to visit Grandpa Timothy in Taiko, the only person who had ever been nice and caring to her before she met Cash. During her visit, Grandpa Timothy confided in her, telling her that he had a lot of things to uncover, things that were hidden from her for decades. Grandpa Timothy started talking about Daniella's true identity, revealing that Aunty Naomi was not her biological mother. It was her junior sister Nina who went mad and gave birth to her. Daniella's real age was 26 years old, not 18 as Aunty Naomi had lied the day she brought her to Cash's house to meet with her father Adamu for the first time. Daniella returned to Yaoundé from her visit to Grandpa Timothy and went to Cash's house to narrate everything she had uncovered during her visit to Grandpa. Cash showed her more evidences he can use to nail Pius, Aunty Naomi, some of the people that she had been used as collateral for, and Adamu, who always demands for sex with her before he can do his right as a father. Cash exposed the culprits and tried to bring justice to Daniella. Cash had gathered enough evidence against Aunty Naomi and Adamu, as well as every other person involved in her oppressed and traumatized journey of life from her childhood. He showed Daniella every proof. The tracker on her, the voice recordings of her so-called mom, her dubious business partners up to 4, Rogie, Jean-Marcel, Lumiba and Aloy, Pius and Adamu together proposing using her for a threesome sex. Daniella cried bitterly, but Cash consoled her and still stood by her financially. Cash proposed handing the case to the John Dunmary National for proper prosecution for justice to be served. However, Daniella refused, saying that she didn't want her name or future out in the trash. She told Cash that the deed is done, and people will only turn it into another issue on her not knowing the root of the whole story. She held Cash's leg crying as she says, "Do you want me dead, sir? Since I met you, I always give thanks to God for bringing me a savior. Sir, please help me out on these matters. Let the judgment of God be upon everyone involved. How will I face my schoolmates? How will the world handle it? It will bring me more pains and sore than the ones I've passed through already, so I want to achieve my goals in life and regain my voice to fight for other vulnerable girls in my shoe." Cash, being an emotional person, wipes tears from his eyes, then looked at Daniella in the eye and said to her, "I agreed with you, my daughter. I will keep all the evidences for future references." He continued with his pledge and support for Daniella. Financially, she lacks nothing to make her live a new life Cash gives to her. Cash promised to make her continue her education abroad once she graduated. On one of Cash's birthday celebration, he unveiled to her his true identity in Cameroon. He had rescued many other abused girls with different story. He said, "So far so good. We have won many cases of oppression, violations, and modern enslavement. His foundation is a strong member of ECOSOC and highly recognized by the international communities for their positive impacts in the life of the vulnerable girl's gender. He helped her continue with her educations and provided her with another, better, and comfortable accommodation near her school. Despite the culprits walking freely outside, Ada found solace in Cash's support and kindness. Cash is a sincere humanitarian who's always ready to rescue the oppressed, all because he derived happiness in everything he do to make the vulnerable happy. He loves to see others happy, according to Daniella. No one know anything about his life, family, and everything. The only thing you'll be able to access in here is the present situation that joined him to you, any other thing. Sorry. Moral lessons. Daniella's story teaches us the importance of truth and justice. It shows us that even in the face of adversity, we can still find the strength to overcome our struggles and build a better future for ourselves. The truth has the power to set us free. By uncovering the secrets of her past, Daniella was able to break free from the chains of her tormentors and find a new path forward. Her journey is a testament to the power of redemption and the importance of seeking justice. To all survivors of abuse and trauma, Daniella's story is a message of hope. You are not alone, and there is always someone who cares. With the right support and guidance, you can heal from your past and create a brighter future for yourself. Remember, the power of love and justice can change your life forever. Daniella will be 30 years as at the time Cash released the story for publishing as a means of his support towards our campaign against girl violation and abuses. Everyone has right to be happy. If you have any girl facing oppression, abuses, or being intimidated around you, please do not hesitate to contact the necessary authority for a rapid intervention and possible rescue. Please, be safe out there. Now that you've enjoyed and learned one or two lessons from our moral African folktale story, kindly use the comment button below. Share your opinion on Cash acceptance to let the culprit go unpunished. Is it the right thing to do? What will you do if you happen to be in Cash's shoes? And don't forget to like and share our videos to your friends and family to enjoy too. Thank you. See you next time.